Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our methodology behind retaining clients for 12 months. Now, we start off in a very unique way, signing them on to at least a 12 or 16-week package. And this is very different from what most fitness coaches do, how they sell month-to-month programs on a 3-month minimum. It's phrased totally differently. And this is the reason why, even signing up initially to a 12 or 16-week program, our clients are able to charge upwards of 2, 3, 4,000 USD for a 12 or 16 week program, while most fitness coaches are only stuck charging around 250 to 300 a month. Even if you do a 3-month minimum, right, you're still charging a fraction of what our clients are able to charge. And the methodology behind this is, number one, how to sign people up for the big high ticket 12, 16 week. And then after that, what do you do? How do you keep making money from that client? How do you keep providing value consistently and getting them better and better and better results? So we're going to dive straight into it. So as you can see here, how to retain fitness clients for 12 months. Don't mind my handwriting, okay? But essentially, the way that we structure our programs is on a 3-phase ascension program, okay? Again, this is very different to how most fitness coaches go about it. Their sell is, hey, month to month, we're going to coach you, we're going to give you all this training, and you're going to see improvement every month. It's totally different to how we sell it, which is, hey, we're selling this big package, okay? Here's what you can expect from phase 1. This is the goal that we have for you in phase 1. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to coach your clients, how to get them the best physique transformation. You're the expert at that using your unique mechanism. Some of our clients will say, cool, phase 1 is all about you having as quick wins as possible, seeing the result. Most of the time, it's a fat loss or a weight loss big goal. And so typically in phase 1, if that's the first 4 weeks or first 5 weeks, what they're going to do instead is have a very keen emphasis on the nutrition, for example. They're going to have certain nutrition plans where either the replacement diet, where it's easy to start, it's not a very aggressive diet to start off, but it's still enough for you to be shedding off the fat, right? And within that phase 1, the goal is to get you from, for example, if someone is more along the lines of, they're a little bit chunky, right? They really want to see some great results. In terms of just slimming down, right, they're a little bit chunky, okay? And in phase 1, we just want to get them to slim out a little bit more, okay? Not to say they're going to look like a stick, but that's in essence perhaps what the goal might be. For some of our clients, that's what it is. Other clients that say, cool, for phase 1, the goal is we just want to build you a foundational level of strength. Cool, you may still experience maybe a little bit of fat in areas that you would otherwise want to reduce. But just for phase 1, we just want to get that foundational level of strength, build the muscle from underneath the fat, and we'll be able to reveal it in later phases. Cool. Other coaches say phase 1 is all about building the consistency muscle. We just want to get you in there. Whatever that is, you need to structure your program against this 3-phase ascension. Phase 2 is this. Phase 3, the goal is this. Most of the time, for phase 3, the goal is to do this, right? Now we've built all the muscle from underneath the fat. We want to go from fat and now revealing it, right? That's typically what it is, okay? Other people, again, it's slightly in reverse. They say, hey, you've already lost the fat in earlier phases, but now it's time to just build on the size. We're going to go on a lean bulk. So you're still maintaining visible leanness. You're not adding on a whole bunch of extra fat, but you're able to add on size. That's the big goal. And how this all plays into each other. Really, by phase 3, goal 3, it should be that you are achieving the big result that you sold your client from the start. And this is how we're able to differentiate ourselves and help our clients sell their programs for 2, 3, 4,000 US. Some of my guys even sell for 5K US, which is awesome, right? But it's this big result. And this is where most fitness coaches go wrong. They want to sell you on this. Even if you do sell a 3-month minimum, the premise is, hey, you're going to get better and better each month, right? You're going to lose more and more fat. There's nothing really stopping people from dipping out after month 2, right? If they haven't seen a certain goal. And this is why when you structure your program in this way, you are expecting, or your client is expecting to receive a really cool brand new goal at the end of stage 2, at the end of stage 3, right? And so they're going to stay around for each phase. Because cool, now that we've ticked box number 1 for goal 1, we're going to go for stage 2. We're going to keep on pushing through because now we want this big goal, right? And if you can really overwhelm them with value at each stage so they not only get their goal, right, hit the goal in phase 1, but even more, they're going to stay around for month 2 and 3. And this, again, this is why when we have this big result that we are selling, we're selling a package, right? We're selling the end result. The package is how we structure our program over 12 or 16 weeks. That is what the package is, right? It's what pieces of the puzzle are we going to put in place? What should you prioritize at this stage? Then you do this next, then you do this next, then you avoid doing this. This is exactly why, for example, people can put out YouTube content completely for free and people will still want to buy from them, right? Exactly the case in point for my YouTube channel here. I put out all this free value. People still buy from me because what I sell is a sequence, a package. We're going to do this here, we're going to do this here. Depending on your budget, we can either do this or we can do this, and we're going to get this goal or this goal, right? They're after a packaged solution, a sequence of events. And that's exactly why selling this big result and then fulfilling it through different stages in your program is what keeps people in line. That's the practical side of things. The mindset behind it, right, the psychology behind it actually comes from Dr. Robert Cialdini. I'm not too sure if you guys know his book. It's called Influence, an absolutely incredible book. It's one of the staples in marketing and understanding humans. And he talks about, it's in his scarcity chapter of the book if you want to take a deeper dive. And he talks about different historical events where essentially people were either given certain freedoms or they were progressing in life. Things were looking better. And then all of a sudden those freedoms or that progress was taken away, right? This applies so much to fitness coaching. I'm going to explain how so in a second. But he described how in so many different historical events, it didn't just lead to people being upset or angry or disappointed now that their progress was being reduced. It resulted in riots, in revolutions, violence, a lot of death, right? Because people were willing to fight like hell to maintain the good thing that they just had, right? And this, lends itself heavily to, it's better to not give someone any new progress than it is to give them that progress and then take it away. They'll be more angry, the whole night. This is actually what we can use for our fitness coaching clients. There was an example in the book where it talked about in the 1960s, there were a lot of black riots going on. And the reason why was because from the 1940s, this was right after World War II, this is when all of a sudden the black community started to see an uptick in, in their life, in their income, that kind of thing, and the opportunities that they were being presented with. And it went from right around the 1940s, they were earning around 56% of what their, the average white family would earn, right? Around 56%. Verse 15 years later on, now they were up to 80%. That's progress. All of a sudden, in 1961, that number dipped down to 74%. So now they went from 80%, the average, black household was earning 80% of what, the average white household was earning. More than ever before. And now all of a sudden, 1961, it drops down to 74%. And this is where all the riots started. A lot of people would ask, well, having had 300 years of slavery, of oppression, why now when things were pretty much better than ever? Sure, we took a couple points dip, but why now is everyone revolting? And it's because they had gained all of this momentum only to lose a bit more, and they were not willing to go back, so they fought like hell, right, to maintain it at the very least. And how this lends itself to fitness coaching clients, if we go right back up here, this is particularly helpful for two things. Number one, making sure people can push through, stay consistent, number one. But number two, if you have people on payment plans. Because again, this is one of the things that we do with our clients. When you're selling these big expensive programs, yes, you have a good amount of people that are going to be able to pay for it in full, depending on who you're speaking to, of course. But some people will still need a payment plan. And if you structure your programs correctly, if you overwhelm people with tremendous value, especially in phase one, even if they pay you, say you're selling a $1,500 program, even if they pay you $500 for the first phase for month one, they're not going to dip out all of a sudden. Because if you can overwhelm them with value in phase one, what's going to happen is they've built up this brand new result, this lifestyle, this experience. Especially in here, if you can structure your program correctly, if you can put them around different social circles, this is where the importance of having a private community comes in. People who are as well are like-minded on the journey. If you can put them around that, now it's this social pressure as well. Like, hey, I actually have to keep on pushing. I have to maintain this, or I'm not going to be able to mingle with this new network that I have. On top of that, I'm seeing better results in my body. There's no way I'm just going to suddenly dip out after month one. No, I have to keep on paying. Because not only do I want goal number 2, but I've seen such great progress here. It's more painful for me to say no and to let go of this than it is to pay another $500 and keep the ball moving. Same thing goes. In phase 2, they should be seeing some really great results. Once again, embedding themselves more in the social circle. And obviously, in your own coaching business, you're going to have more people that join. And so now that they're in phase 2, they can be giving advice to people in phase 1, right? So not only can they mingle with people who are on phase 3 of your program, but also people on their level, but also giving advice to people who are just starting out, right? This is where you have that culture, that community. This is why the social aspect of your program actually plays more of a role than you'd think. It helps people to stay on. And so once again, now that they've done phase 2, they're seeing even more results. It's not even a question. They're going to continue on to phase 3. They're going to keep paying, right? And this is why, selling something high ticket is, especially in 2024, a no-brainer. If you're not doing this, even with the right payment plans in place, overwhelming them with value, right? It's unreasonable for people not to go through the whole program, still pay you the full amount anyway. I can't make a single argument for selling a cheap program in 2024. I cannot make a single argument for it, right? And so when you can structure it like this, people will continue all the way through, right? Now, this will get people to, go for the full 12, 16-week program. Great. They'll push through phase 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll keep on going, right? And they'll keep on paying you if you're on a payment plan. Great. But what happens after that? They finish the 16-week program. What happens after? Do you just, throw them back out to figure it out on their own? Of course not. No, absolutely not. And this is where upsells, downsells, and renewals come into place. After that 12 or 16-week program, the initial program, the big high-ticket investment thing, what then? You'll have a few different types of people that go through your program. Depending on their experience and the results that they get, that will dictate which one of these you do and at what price point. So I'll go through them one by one. Upsells. Let's say you've been doing a cheaper program, right? Maybe you're doing a 500 program, whatever that is. And now you have a more high ticket option. Maybe, you've been watching anything else online, even any of my content around high ticket programs online. Maybe you've come out with a, high ticket solution here. And now you want to sell some people that. You've only been selling 500 stuff. Now you want to start doing this. If you have a client who's actually gotten a good result, they've gone from whatever state they were in to now they've built up some level of strength. They can see some muscle definition, whatever the case is. They may have even lost a little bit of fat, a little bit of weight. They've gotten a result from you, but they want to get even further ahead. These are the perfect candidates to say, hey guys, I actually have this brand new program. We do this, and this extra for you. We take care of this and this. That is the thing, I think, for you, the next level to help you get to this part right here. And because they don't know how to get to this new stage, this new elevation themselves, right? Now, all of a sudden, this upsell seems like a really great choice, okay? Next, if you already have an expensive program and you want to do a renewal after the 12 or 16 week program is done, who do you sell this to? Most commonly, the kind of person you would sell this to that fits into this bracket is, again, someone who has seen a result in your program, but maybe they're just a little bit away from getting the really big result, right? They don't know how to get there yet. It's the same kind of mindset here. They've gotten a result. They want to go further. You put them on a renewal plan, right? Hey, man, you've done so well. I think we can really get to this next stage. I think, if you want to sign up on a renewal, we can do this and this extra for you. It's going to get you to that next level. You've already seen great results. Let's build on the momentum. Let's not slow down now. We can crush this. Like, cool. Let's do it. Now you make a really compelling case for a renewal. All right. Downsells. Downsells is a very interesting one. And this is probably the only case that I would make an argument, actually, for the lower ticket thing. And this is, let's say once again, you have a client who's achieved a certain result in your program, but you've been monitoring their progress. They don't really put in heaps of effort. They obviously put in enough effort to see a great result, which is awesome, but it's not their main priority. They're not trying to get hugely shredded. They're happy to play a little bit slower. They've got other priorities, but they don't want to regress, right? They've gotten this result. If they just leave now, what's going to happen? The likely thing is that they're going to fall back to their original state, which they don't want. They've worked so hard to get this result right here. They're happy to maintain it and at least see gradual progress slower. This is candidate number one for a downsell. Taking them from the high ticket thing to saying, hey man, listen, you've made such great progress. It'd break my heart to see you go back to how you were. I'm sure you don't want that to happen as well. Understand it might not be the biggest priority right now. It might not make sense to renew for the 2000, but I've got another option for you where we can at least put you on a maintenance plan and we can still see gradual progress, gradual results, and it's literally 1/10 of the price, right? Most of the time, right, they're going to be like, yeah, 100%, let's do this. By the way, you should always push to do the renewal for this type of person first. If they say, oh, it's a little bit much, say, no worries, man. We have this other program for you. Again, it's going to suit exactly what you're looking for. If you're not trying to fucking look like Hulk or whatever it is, but you just want to maintain and see gradual progress, this $200 a month program, that's going to be the best fit. They're going to jump to it, 100%. Because again, going back to Robert Cialdini's message here, they've already seen great progress. The last thing they want is to go backwards. But for some people, paying another $2K, it might be a little bit of an ask. Okay, so that's type number one. Who else qualifies for a downsell? And it's someone who actually hasn't seen a result, right? Now, there's a particular case where this makes sense. If they, if they haven't seen a result and they know it's because of their lack of consistency or effort, but they're close to it, right? A few more weeks, a month or so, and they'll actually start to see progress with a bit more consistency. They're actually a great candidate for it, even if they haven't seen a result. And you can sit down with them and make that argument and say, hey, listen, we're so close to it. Okay, understandably, just tracking your progress, man, we can tell you haven't really been very consistent with it. But I think if we keep on going, we can fix up this and this here, and we can actually get you the result that you came to us for, right? Most of the time, if they know they haven't been the one putting in the work and it's not your fault, right? You were doing everything you could as a great coach to make sure they could get a great result, and they know they're the reason they didn't see the result they wanted, they'll want to pay, right? You're not asking them for another 2K. They're not going to fall back to having no result whatsoever or being lost to, being left in the hands of some other coach who doesn't understand the journey. Most of the time, they're going to want to join. The only situation where it doesn't make sense to offer anybody any kind of program is if they haven't gotten a result and it's your fault. What I mean by this is, if someone's gone through the program and they've put in the work and, they've been checking in, they've been doing the whole nine, and they haven't gotten a result, I genuinely don't think you deserve as a coach to ask them for any more money, right? If they've done everything based on the strategy that you've put in front of them and they still haven't gotten a result, I don't think you deserve to charge them any more money, right? This, by the way, for most people watching this, you are a good coach. You have gotten transformations. You know how to do your job. And if you find that people aren't putting in the work, you nip it in the bud. You keep the ball moving. I don't think that this really applies to many people who can't get results with their clients, right? But you'd be surprised how many fitness coaches actually fuck up on this. But overall, you guys, hopefully you can see, like, this is top to bottom exactly what the process looks like. A 3-phase ascension program for starters, right? Making sure that you lock them into the vision. Hey man, phase 1, we're going to accomplish this. Phase 2, it's this. Phase 3 is this. This is going to help if you have people on payment plans to see it all the way through, and to make sure, even if they pay in full, that they actually go through the whole program, get the result they want. Better results for them, better case studies for you, better for everyone. Robert Cialdini's message around people won't just give up if they've gotten a great result. They're going to push for more if they can see it, you know, that new thing being scarce. They're going to want to push for more. That's why they're going to stay on the payment plans, right? Especially if you can overwhelm them with value, get them a great result. The way that we sell our programs, big result. Don't sell month to month, even if it is on a 3-month minimum. Sell a big end result where they get that big end result in phase 3, right? After they finish the whole program, after they complete phase 3, upsells, downsells, and renewals, these are the types of people that you can sell to. These are the kind of packages you can sell to them. Guys, hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Drop a comment below what stood out to you most. And if you would like our help to actually be able to build a high-ticket fitness coaching program for you start to finish, how to actually market it completely for free, completely hands-off, pack out your calendar for free, right? And you want to be able to do that. You want to switch your niche. You want to start working with better quality people. You don't want to work with tire kickers. You want to be on top of your business, not in the trenches. Then click the first link in the description below. Book in a time for us to chat. And I'd love to see where you're up to with all this kind of stuff, what help you think you might need. And if I genuinely think we can help you get to the next level, we'll absolutely chat about next steps. But besides that, guys, keep watching the free content, dropping heaps and heaps of game here in 2024. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and thank you so much for your time and watching.